everyone, just a quick announcement before we get into today's video. This weekend, I'm going to be doing a 24-hour stream for Extra Life to help raise some money for some sick kids. If you guys would like to check out my page and see like the goodies you can get or like the ways you can make me suffer during the stream, check out my page down in the description below. I'm going to be streaming with my buddies with Every Bit Gaming, and I'll be doing a couple of different art challenges and some fun games throughout the 24 hours, and I would love to see you all there. But anyway, that's about it. Check out more info on the link in the description, and please pray for my sanity because I think I'm going to die. Anyway, enjoy the video, guys, and I hope to see you this weekend. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Katelyn, and today we are continuing the 100 Dragon Challenge. So I know when this gets released, we are officially in November, and I still kind of want to keep the spoopiness of October going for this one. I just really wanted to do 2 October Halloween-themed dragons. So today we are doing a were dragon. I know I've gotten a couple of requests for this over the years of making some type of like werewolf-inspired were dragon type of thing. And I was really excited for this one. I thought this fit perfectly with another spoopy October Halloween-y type of dragon. So I was very excited to jump into this one. And this one, I was going back and forth on how far I wanted to push it one way or another. This is kind of diving into more like anthropomorphic creature character design. So I was going back and forth in these initial sketches of like how far we're gonna push the dragon face, like how like long to make the nose, how big to make the horns, should the ears be a little bit smaller because they're kind of humanoid. And so in these initial sketches, I was trying to figure out what the correct like proportions would be for all of that. And I feel where I got with this initial sketch was kind of bordering on I guess gargoyle-like proportions is how I think of it, especially from like the TV series Gargoyles. That's kind of where my envisioning went with this one, at least trying to figure out the sizing and body shape and everything like that. So with the concept sketches out of the way, it was time to jump into the final sketch, and I decided to go vertical with this one. I thought we could fit a lot of the character in this. We're going to be cutting off the wings a little bit, but it works really well for this one. And so I wanted this idea, like generally, to be almost like you were seeing it out and about in like nighttime. I end up not coloring it super dark because I still wanted to show a lot of the detailing. But at least from my concept initially, is I picture this kind of in like maybe Victorian England type of setting or like Victorian times in general, just based off the clothes I pick and everything. But I loved the idea of trying to tie in the characteristics of the human into the dragon as well, because with there's a couple werewolf things that I've seen where maybe the hair color from the human gets drugged into the, or not drugged, mixed into the wolf patterning or the fur colors of a werewolf. So I was like, what if we did that with the dragon? I think that would work super well and be really cool if we could add in some of the natural tones of the human that this thing like evolves from. So my first thought was if this was kind of older Victorian time period, I loved the idea of doing a guy that had like big mutton chops and like a beard combination. So that was like my initial thought, that I was like, all right, whatever this dragon's gonna be, we gotta have it with some cool big mutton chop beard type of thing, but it would probably just get exaggerated even more through this dragon. I know it's not the same type of hair or the beard style. I know it's not the same, but I was thinking of Tarzan's dad from the Disney film Tarzan. He has that really weird beard mustache combo where it's like the really big mutton chops, clean chin, and a mustache. But I was like, I just really want the cool big side beard type of thing. So I had that in mind, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna pull in some of maybe the natural-ish hair color that this humanoid originally had before turning into a dragon, and then try to also bridge the gap of a couple other colors, which you'll see a little bit later on when I jump into the Copics. And so it was time to get some line art going, and this is where I was starting to really finalize some of those details. For example, the ears were kind of like a mix between humanoid and dragon ears. Like they look more like almost pointed, thicker elf ears, I guess you could say, because I still wanted them to look kind of humanoid in a way. And then overall, the body proportions are just like a little bit more like elongated, probably a little bit more beefier. And then I wanted to kind of show like some cool tearing clothes, because I assume like he just kind of expanded from where he was into this bigger brooding creature. And so I wanted to kind of show maybe his original clothing. I don't know why, but I thought of this guy being like a everyday Joe Schmo, maybe like a blacksmith or a baker or something. Maybe a baker would work because of like the fires of the dragon. Just spitballing here, but I just see him just being in kind of normal everyday clothes and then doing this transformation into this weird dragon creature. So then I guess also, just side tangent, since this is a were-dragon, do werewolf creation things still apply for other were creatures? Because I'm under the impression you get bit by another were-dragon, you become a were-dragon, is what I would think. But I guess we don't really explore a lot of other were creatures in a lot of our current media. It's mostly just werewolves. But let me know what you guys think. Like, would this have some other cool origin on why people become were-dragons? Do you think it is a case of being bit by another were-dragon? Or would it be something different? I don't know why, but there's this dumb movie I watched called Velocipaster that came to mind, where he came across like basically a claw or a tooth that gave him his transformation powers. I'd love to know what you guys think. Maybe we could make some really fun lore on how this, like, maybe small town baker became this crazy were-dragon creature. So I finished the initial line art, and then I'm adding a little bit of thicker lines to help different body parts stand out since they're in front of other chunks of the creature. So I really want to make sure that those stood out. And then here's where I start to get into the color and try to figure out coloring wise where I wanted to go with this. So I was thinking it'd be really cool to have more I guess like skin color as well integrated with the fur color of this dragon. I was going back and forth on if I wanted this to be like a furred or a scaled dragon, but I ended up going with the idea of a furred one. I think I just thought it fit this really well. So I was brainstorming while I was getting these color swatches, like what color I wanted to make the humanish hair, and then what color to make the skin, and then the wings, because the webs of the wings I was thinking would be kind of cool if it was also like another skin tone. So a lot of the colors that are present within this creature, I was trying to match similar to human skin tones, hair colors, things like that, to kind of bridge that gap between full humanoid, full dragon coloring, I guess you could say. So now it's time to get stuck in and get this color going and finish up this were-dragon. Also, I didn't really talk about it when I was talking about picking out colors, but I was trying to brainstorm as well, like the clothing colors I wanted, because my first initial gut feeling was like, oh, we could do some like maybe tannish brown pants with like a cottony whitish yellow shirt, which I ended up going with. But then I was like, well, his fur, skin color, and hair color are all kind of in those brown tones. So I was like, we got to pick a different color for the pants just to make sure it all worked. I end up going with gray, which I think works really well because it's just totally different from like the brown of the rest of the creature. And I think it's a nice clothing color choice, I guess, for someone who would be a normal everyday citizen, I guess. They wouldn't have as many like really bright and colorful clothes, at least in my mindset. And so I think the more gray and then the cottony white shirt I thought worked really well for this one. And then I realized, I don't know, here, I'm going to date, or basically call into question my memory of clothing styles. Did Victorian England have, like, normal buckle belts with, like, zipper pants? I don't think they had zipper pants like how I drew these. They did have belt buckles, though. I'm dumb. They've had belt buckles for a long time. But at least this style of pant, maybe this wasn't the right time period pant, but that's just me being super critical of my art piece. I don't need to be that critical. But I did really like the final results of this one. I added in a couple of the reds here and there to go with the hair color, as well as added it for like the stomach area and what goes down the middle of the tail. I thought that worked really well as well. And then on the arms, I tried to replicate like the patterning of if someone had hair along their arm in like human form. I thought about doing that for the legs as well, but I don't know. I was like kind of torn on it for the arms already. So I was like, I kind of like just putting the red on the feet. I thought it worked really well there and just kind of sealed the deal. And then for the wings, I just went with red because I thought the brown was going to get basically too samey if I just did brown again for the wings, and it would be hard for the forearms to stand out against those wings. So adding the red ended up helping, like pushing it back a little bit instead of it having the same tone as the skin. And then just adding kind of another type of skin tone to the webbing of the wings, and we're in the final stretch. I had a lot of fun with this one. I honestly could have done like, I don't know, I have like 6 different ideas that could fall under like a Halloween, like spoopy season dragon, and it was really hard not to like just do a bunch of spooky dragons back to back. I think this next one for next month, I have another spooky one picked out, I guess you could say, that again matches more with Halloween, but I'm like, whatever. We might just have a couple of like these type of dragons for a little bit, because I just had a blast with this one. I really had fun with the jack-o'-lantern one, and I just really like making Halloween themed aesthetic things. I don't know why. Well, no, I do know why. It's just I love the time of the year. I love Halloween, and I love just making cool, creepy creatures. So this was right up my alley. So I'm in the final stretch, just added some highlights, just gonna drop my signature on there. And again, I was really happy with how this one turned out, and there's so much you can do with Were Dragons. I think there's going to be a lot of really cool entries for this one this month. You could go further more dragon or less and go more human. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities and a lot of different dragons you can dive into for that. But let's go ahead and look at last month's jack-o'-lantern dragon. So I really loved all your guys' entries. Wow, there's like so many super, super cute jack-o'-lantern ones. Dan Drake Artista, I really like how cute and like soft and witchy yours looked. IDS World Art, I really like that you used the vine as the tail and had it carrying a little lantern with the little babies. That was really cute. And Chanzilla Art, I just loved your design. The neck being all the vines was really cool, and having the green in the webbing, awesome work. But anyway, thank you guys again so much for stopping by and checking out this video, and I really loved all of your entries for the jack-o'-lantern one. So if you guys would like to enter for the Were Dragon, make sure to post your dragon under the hashtag KM100dragons, either on Instagram or Twitter, or you can join our Discord community with a link down in the description. Where you can post it there. We have a certain channel that you can upload your dragon challenges to. And if you guys have any other ideas for the 100 Dragon Challenge, make sure to post it on my Discord as well. I have a whole channel where you can dump your ideas of cool dragon designs we could add to this series. And again, if you aren't already, I'd love you guys to join this community. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. And make sure to tune into Extra Life this weekend. So I'll see you guys then. Bye, everybody.